Welcome to DTC's 2020 High School Football Preview. I'm Chris Vance for DTC, joined today by Matt Daniel, the head coach at Cannon County High School. Coach, how are you doing?
Doing well, Chris.
COVID-19, what about it?
You know, what can I say? It's been in everybody's life, no matter who you are, and we're having to make adjustments, it seems like on a daily basis, sometimes hourly basis, but looks like we're going to have our season, and we're super excited about it.
I bet you are. I know as a former defensive coordinator, I like to have certain parts of my defense in place at certain times, whether it's the front coverages, offensively, or those formations or series of plays. How have the restrictions from COVID-19 affected that mapping?
I think from a competition standpoint, and as you can appreciate this, no 7-on-7, no scrimmage this year, so we're going against what we can in practice, but that's the best that we can do right now. And we want that competition level to kind of see where our guys are at. Don't have that right now. We're doing the best that we can with it, but obviously at this point, we'd already had our 7-on-7 all through July. We're getting ready for a scrimmage this week. We don't get that this year. So we also thought we were playing Sequatchie County first, or maybe even Upperman first, based on the hybrid plan. Now we're back to White County, so scheming up a team. The first game of the year, you're always trying to scheme those guys up early, and that went back and forth too, so that can be difficult for Coach Atwood and the defensive staff.
What other changes have you had to make due to the restrictions?
I think this year our coaches, myself, had to be the most creative we've ever been as far as how do we do drills without contact against a bag. That's hard enough to even think about. It's even harder to even try to do something to have a football practice or workout, trying to maintain social distance and wiping things down after each workout, after each rep, it seemed like every time. But hey, our coaches are resilient, our players are resilient, they're excited to be back, and we're excited about the season.
You're beginning your third year as the head coach at Cannon County, and you relatively have the same coaching staff, and you're basically running the same offensive defensive schemes that you have from day one. How important is continuity with high school football?
Oh, I think it's huge. At the staffs that I've been on in the past, the longer we were together, I think the better the cohesiveness was with the coaching staff and the players. They can know that Coach Daniel's going to be there, Coach Robinson, Coach Atwood, Coach Best, Coach Bain, Coach Graves. They're going to be there for us. So I think it's huge in high school football.
Your first 2 years as the coach, Cannon County was really close to making that playoff, to hitting that milestone and that goal. What's it going to take from this team to perhaps reach that?
I'm really excited about our team. One of the major issues that's been with us since my first day here is depth. If we can stay healthy, I believe we can contend with anybody. But as you know, being a former coach, you get banged up and bruised up along the way, and you lose one or two guys here or there, it could mean a difference in a couple of wins or losses there.
Last year's team graduated a huge chunk of the offensive production. Talk about this year's offensive team just a little bit.
Well, what I'm excited about is those guys have had a couple of years with this offense under their belt. It's not coming in here from scratch and redoing things. Losing Jamal Barrett at quarterback, losing that mobility, that's tough. But we've got big plans for Nick Phillips. We're really excited about him. He does nearly everything right as far as workouts, as far as the reps that he does. We don't have to get on Nick about effort. We're only correcting his mistakes that he might have in practice. I'm really big on Nick Phillips. Brendan Reed has had a year of football under him. Excited about how he runs the ball. Connor Tucker has only gotten stronger. You know, one of our strongest guys on the team last year, he returns as our B-back and our Sam backer. So I'm really excited about those guys to come and lead that charge on our offense. Losing Brady Cunningham, I mean, I want to put the ball in Brady Cunningham's hand to get that first down on 4th and 1. That's the kind of guy he was. We need Brendan Reed to step up and do that. We need Dallas Roller to step up and do that, the A and C back. And we're looking for big things from Lavelle Rogers to replace what Wade Love did last year. You know, big body kid, got all the tangible things in there. We're just looking for him to make those big plays.
Nick Phillips, your quarterback, what are some of the positives that he brings to the offense?
Gosh, I think he works tirelessly to be where he's at. His footwork is so much improved between Coach Lance and Coach Best. He works in the off season, even during COVID-19. He's Zooming meeting, he's contacting the coaches, hey, what can I do to get better? He's that kind of guy, so big things from him.
Defensively, you lost a lot up front and you lost a lot in the secondary, but your linebacker core is solid. How important is that position going to be to your defense?
Well, Coach Graves is our new linebackers coach. And when he first got here, started coming around right before COVID hit, we started pointing out, hey, you're going to have Connor Tucker, he's a basketball player. You're going to have Brendan Reed, he's a basketball player. Might even try Lavelle Rogers as some linebacker. He didn't see those guys for a while because they were in basketball. And when he finally got to see him, he's like, Coach, I see what you mean. These guys are pretty solid. Losing Remington James, that's tough. Remington James is a game changer, but we've got some replacements in John Hubbard, Lane Nichols, Ethan Hillis. We're looking for big things for them.
Read in the Cannon Courier a little motto, a little statement that you brought to the forefront. Team first. Elaborate on that a little bit.
Absolutely. When I got here, there was a lot of individualism. And we've been preaching about family and team first for a long time. And we've added, pushed the pride to that because we got to keep moving. I mentioned some really important people. Remington James, Jamal Barrett, Wade Love, those guys. Love those guys. But as time goes on, the next group has to come up. And team first to me means that you've got the team focus first before anything else besides family and your schoolwork. So team first to me is very, very important. And to do this, to be out here, to work out, to do all of those things, you've got to have it a priority in your life.
Past couple of years, you've had some really big key marquee wins. Last year, first time ever, Cannon County defeats Warren County, a 6A school, for the first time. What does that tell your team?
Well, a win period is we'll take every win we can get. But that win, we went into that game just saying, hey, we had our opportunities against White County. We've got to put it all together against Warren County, and we did that. I don't think our guys are necessarily thinking about, hey, this is a 6A team. This is the next opponent on our schedule. That's the mentality that I'm trying to give to them. Obviously, you got the Cab on the schedule. That's a rival game. Smith County, those types of games, yeah, those are rival games, but we're looking at the next game on the schedule. I don't like looking too far ahead.
The signature wins, does that let the coaches know that on any given night, against an Upperman, against a Sequatchie, against a Smith, that if the players play like they did, 22 all at one, that anything's possible?
Absolutely. Our coaching staff, anytime we talk about previous wins, we talked about how we game planned, you can see the sense of pride that they have. You can see the sense of the pride they have in the players who wanted to get after it and compete at that high level. And that's what it took to beat a Warren County. That's not a bad football team. Those guys came over here, and when you look across the field from our team to their team, you're thinking, man, we're holding on for survival here. Not our guys, we responded. This is a different season. This is a different year. We want to go into that thinking, hey, that's a next team on our schedule, and we want to compete with them at a high level. We'll see what happens.
Consistency was a word that popped up a lot last year when you would not play to that potential, to those capabilities, just consistency. What have you and your staff done this year to try and improve some of that consistency?
Well, year one, it was penalties. Year two, it's fumbles on offense. And we've talked about it. We said, what can we do from a mental standpoint? My experience is there's not a lot of drills that you can drill in somebody's head. It's got to be a mental thing. So carrying the ball high and tight. Even though I see in practice, I might see Brendan Reed, for example, running down the sideline. He's got the ball a little low. Put that ball up high and tight. Connor Tucker, protecting the football first before you hit the hole. Things like that. I don't want to make it too big of an emphasis, like that's all they're thinking about, but it needs to be in the back of their mind that, hey, we got to do better about securing this football. We're in a lot of ball games if we don't put the ball on the ground last year. We might even be in the playoffs last year if we don't put the ball on the ground.
Coach, thank you so much for your time. We wish you and the Lions nothing but luck this season. Good luck to you. That's going to put a wrap on it. We're going to be back with more of our preview right after these messages.